Well, sometimes feeding a baby can get quite a bit messy.
Odds are the food is getting on their clothes, on your clothes,
All
everywhere.
over.
Yeah. So the Queen of Clean shows us how to remove the stains to make their clothes look brand new.
You know, one of the questions I get asked the most frequently is how to get baby food stains out of clothes. Now, especially things like sweet potatoes, carrots, green beans, peas, all the yucky colored ones. And you know what? No matter how careful you are, kids get it on them. So the first thing you want to do when you have a stain like that is scrape off what you can. And I'm using just like a pot scraper that you'd use in the kitchen. And I'm scraping it off. Now, what you can use if you want to use it is just a plastic spoon will work well too. And I keep some of those in my laundry room. All right, now I've got the worst of it off. And what I'm going to do is just soak that in some cool water first, because that's your first defense. Get it off of there as quickly as you can. Now, what you can do, if you don't have time to clean it all the way, soak it in some cold water for a while until you do have time. Now, I'm going to wring it out. Let's see how we're doing. Well, you know what? Look how much better that is already. You can barely see those stains. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to put just a little more water on that. And to that, I'm going to add a little rubbing alcohol. Now, you want it to be kind of 50-50, but remember, it's not brain surgery. Kind of eyeball it. So I'm going to spray some on. Rubbing alcohol is great for stains like this. Now I'm going to let it sit for a little while and let it work. So you'll let it sit maybe 5 minutes or so, and then you're going to rinse it again. Now, if you still have a stain there, then take your white vinegar. Do the same thing. Wet it down, spray on the vinegar, let it sit for a while, see what happens, and then you'll rinse it again the same way. Now, if you're doing this at a sink, flush it with the water is fine. Now, if you still have a stain there, all we're going to do is take some hydrogen peroxide. Now, this is just undiluted hydrogen peroxide, and I'm going to just spray it on. Now, if you have colored clothes that are not color fast, in other words, the color bleeds out of them, then don't use the hydrogen peroxide. Let that sit 15-20 minutes, and you should be good to go. And as a last precaution, I always suggest that you treat it with a laundry pre-spotter that has enzymes in it. Now, that's something like Zout has them. You can look at other brands that you get. Look at the ones you have in your laundry room. I'm not recommending one over the other. Any of them will work. But that will get rid of those sweet potatoes, the peas, even beets and things like that. It takes out. So you'll never have more ruined clothes. And you know what? If you're going to have a big family, it's really nice to put those clothes away and save them for the next child. So it's everything you need to know about getting out baby food stains. For more information, go to queenofclean.com. Thanks for talking dirty with the Queen of Clean.
I hadn't heard of the peroxide or rubbing alcohol.
Heard of peroxide, using it, and of course there are lots of cleaners out there. You know, the spray and washes, the Shout. Just, you know, we've been there, done that when our kids were little.
Yeah, and Susan and I both agree. Like, if it's too big of a mess, just kind of throw it.
Yeah, if they've had an explosion on every end, you know what I mean. Throw it out. I would always pack extra little onesies, just change them and get rid of the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.